He left so much behind.
Alright, it's live.
And when I discovered my grandfather's life, my mountains.
Alright, good. It notified people.
That I could climb.
Sorry if, like, you actually got notified of all the notifications that of me doing live streams, but I don't think it did because. Alright, here it is. Anyway, I've been a little bit struggling with this live stream stuff because apparently YouTube decided to automatically unlist my live streams. Why would you unlist a live stream? That's my question. Like, the only time I can think that you should probably unlist a live stream would be... Holy crap, there's a rabbit. Anyway, the only time you should unlist a live stream is that if you don't want to spoil something of some sort. I don't know. Aha.
I found an old box in the attic one night. It's dog tags from more than
Alright, hey guys. I had no idea what to put for the title by the, like, just replying to, like, that one person, yeah, that I saw here, but it isn't here anymore. Alright, let me just fucking wait for this thing to pop up. Why do I have to go to the restroom now? Ladder, I told you to wait. Alright, wait. This thing's being annoying. Alright, I'm gonna look at the live chat from my phone. I won't show the live chat. Alright, there we go. Alright, hey guys. Also, I put the reason why I put the title is just I've been seeing all these maps come up. One by like Rena the Kitty. I'm just like, I want to join that so badly, but I can't. I have good self-control, but also not good self-control. Hey, off. What's up?
I'd raise a glass and toast to all that it's a simple life you live.
Anyway, as I said on the live stream, that was apparently unlisted and just me talking to myself. And I'm good. I'm just frustrated that YouTube unlisted my live stream. So I was talking to myself for about like 30 minutes straight. And I was like, why is there no one commenting? And that was the reason. Anyway, my voice sounds disgusting, but it's okay. Anyways, I'm gonna be like a little bit more busy now. Like, school isn't starting until the 16th, but I have band camp that goes from fricking 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. or in like that military time thing that translate to like 9 to 16, I think. Hello, Music Husky. Husky. Wow, I can't even. Okay, I'm good. Anyway, but although it's painstakingly for so long, it actually felt really short. Mostly because I actually have people to talk to and stuff like that. It's also kind of fun being a sophomore instead of a little baby freshman, because although Hennig, my music teacher, doesn't really give any authority to the underclassmen, aka sophomores and freshmen, we we're supposed to like teach people how to march and stuff like that, and bow chairs and stuff. I don't know if you guys would know what it is, but anyway, like, we have a lot more upperclassmen than we do underclassmen, and so like people are just stuck with having to teach me, but I already know it. And I also went to New Marchers Camp, which is a camp to help people who are new, aka the freshmen, come into marching band with a little bit of a head start, which all freshmen are supposed to go. It's like mandatory, but a lot of them don't go. Yeah, but it's fun because I feel a little bit more accepted into this community. Also, YouTube is copyright claiming a bunch of songs on my live stream. Alright, shut up. I know I use these songs. I'm not asking for money on my stream. Yeah, a lot of things. Also, I like cookies too. And I do have social anxiety, but once you find your friends to hang out with, it's a lot more fun, and you also get used to others and stuff like that. I feel like the biggest problem with my social anxiety is that I'm scared to have people hate me. Like, I am absolutely terrified of that in public. Online, I don't know who they are, so I don't really care if you hate me online. Also, I feel like my voice has changed within the past live stream. Oh wow. I think it's mostly because of stuff in my throat. I'm not sick, but I have crap in my throat. Oh, don't worry about like not being able to be that great at drawing. It took me a little while to understand anatomy. But if you're not good at something that you don't like, then don't worry. Like, if you like to do it, then still do it. It's all good. Don't let people put you down for it. Cause it's like there's this meme going around like watch who you bully in middle school, and it shows all these like jokes about like all these people that quote grow up to become really big stars, and it's like these Minecraft. It shows a picture of like a Minecraft YouTuber and then like some engineer or something like that. Anyway, that's what I kind of think of whenever people like, I don't know. Just if people bully you for it, you'll probably become a bigger success because you'll have a story behind your success in art and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm actually trying to keep up a conversation. I think the only reason why I'm still talking in this live stream is because I actually went to something social, aka band camp. Which is probably the only reason why I'm talking, lol. Honestly, ironically, this thing that helps my social anxiety the most is actually dealing with social situations. I love cookies, just so you know. Food Jesus, that's A+ username, by the way. Like, cookies are... I had this dumb obsession with them in 6th, 7th grade. Oh, I'm cringing at, because like my school username was Cookie-nator, which I kind of cringe at now, but if you guys have a username like that, don't worry. I'm just cringing at me. Like, if you guys had a username called Cookie-nator, you're okay. Holy crap, this is lagging. Gotta force my frame rate. Force it. Come on. Oh, there's a hair that came off. I'm gonna edit something over here. Playback range 3. And now I gotta go all the way here and put it over here. I feel like when I made my Cookie Nader username, like the fad was putting Nader at the end of your something dumb. So I was like, I love cookies, and I put Cookie Nader. I'm so happy that I don't have to have a face cam on for this, because if I did, you'd see me making these expressions trying to figure out how to draw. Sorry about my quietness right now. Why is your name Music Husky? I actually really like how this frame is coming out. And with some in-betweens, that never happens. Usually my in-betweens are really bullcrapped. Ah, that's cute. Also, another reason why I like streaming is because I'm bad at socializing to different age groups. Like, I'm great at socializing to older people. I remember during church, I did a whole 30-minute conversation with an adult that I barely knew. I knew enough about him to know he wasn't a child predator or anything like this. Anyway. What I'm gonna say. Anyways, like, I can do that long of a conversation with, like, an older person, but anyone around my age, I really struggle with communicating to, because, honestly, I'm a girl, but I don't hate being a girl, but I hate what this generation of girls has come to. I went to the mall yesterday, or I think it was Sunday. Yeah, it was actually yesterday was Sunday. I'm dumb. Anyway, no, it was Saturday. Gosh darn it. Anyway, I keep saying anyway. There was like a billion shorts that. Alright, I'm just gonna draw an example over here. So, you know, this is normal person legs. Here's feet. No, it's gonna be stick legs. And you know how normal shorts, you know, they go down here. This is like the school appropriate shorts. Yeah, no, these things are like, oh yeah, show all that butt to everyone. Like, gosh. It just makes everybody have to be a stripper in the world. And like, we literally spent an hour and a half, and I finally found normal shorts that weren't shorts. And I was so happy when I found them. I was like, holy crap. It gave me faith in humanity again. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't sold out though, sadly. Oh yeah, do that math homework. Math homework, I love actually. I'm a math nerd, and that's what I plan to go to when I grow up, because math is my drug. I took way too long to say. Anyway, but I love math. I can honestly say, sometimes I'd rather do calculations than animate. I'm a total math nerd. And you can boo at me for that, because a lot of people hate math. Yeah, don't do drugs. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Speaking of stuffed animals at stores, my neighbor, which sadly we're not that great of friends anymore. Anyway, their sister, like they found like a cute little teddy bear, plush in the store, and they literally stole it. Their mom didn't notice that they had it, and they accidentally stole a plushie from a store. I don't remember what store it was. I think it was like some weird off-brand store in my town or towns around me. Oh hey, I think I got the notification about that actually a little bit ago, but thank you for subscribing. I need to make this look more angry. I need to make it look more like an angry cat. Rawr, it's Mad Cat. That looks already mad. Like, well, the thing is, they're only like 2 or 3, so they didn't really know what bad stuff was. They're actually good people. They're a little bit of makeup freaks, which I'm iffy with hanging around at my high school. But they're good people. Like, they don't do drugs like some of the people in my school. Honestly, almost any high school you go to, you're gonna find people who do drugs. And those are the people who, I don't know. I don't know what causes it. Usually it's something with their family. Oh, I'm kind of like the same, but with language arts. Also, my dog keeps popping his head up. It's so cute. I can't wrap my head around words. Like, when people mean something else, and they try to be metaphorical with their, writing, like, that confuses me. Like, I can't understand language arts. It's, like, it was the first time, last year was the first time I ever got a C on a test. I wouldn't say in high school, because I was just a freshman. It's my first year. Of course you're gonna get your first thing that year. Like, oh my gosh, you get my first grade. No. Anyway, it was like the first C I ever got on a major test. And like, since elementary school. Honestly, the thing I hate about elementary school is something called, like, where they have these like special things for people who are technically smarter, and they're given a test at like first grade to see if they're smart enough to go in this thing that we call at my school enrichment, which is dumb. Let me just tell you this, like, they kept it going until 7th grade. Like, 7th grade is where they kind of stopped it, but they let them get into algebra before everyone else. Because, like, algebra is like an 8th grade class, and they got into that as a 7th grader because they're an enrichment student. Enrichment is dumb. You can't tell someone's intelligence by the age of, like, 6. That doesn't happen. Like, I was dumb. I thought D's were good grades when I was a little first grader. I was like, but I thought it was a good grade. Yeah, it wasn't. But now I'm gonna be a sophomore next year, going into pre-calc, which is the math level above that the math for, like, juniors. So I'm like a grade above for my math, and they didn't let me get into algebra in 7th grade. Oh well. I actually don't have a hatch animal. Oh yeah, math is where if you ever look away for like a couple seconds, you're completely lost. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I am a math nerd, but one time I was just drawing my jam character during class, and I did not understand anything of the subject that he was teaching. Like, after I looked back, after like 30 seconds of drawing. And that's the problem with math. Like, there's not too well of a hands-on way to learn. a visual learner because I can't learn something by reading. Sometimes I can barely even read comments. It's a difficulty. I can read and stuff like that, I'm just not good at it a lot. Anyways, I really want to, like last year was very terrible for my social anxiety because I'm a freshman. I was a freshman. And you're new to this school and I was put in a class where I was the only freshman. So I had no one else that I knew in the whole classroom. But somehow I still managed to be the third smartest in a class of juniors and sophomores, and I think one senior, but I think he ended up quitting it. Which is like, you can't pass without that math credit. What are you doing? Literally, just get D's and pass it. That's good enough. Oh yeah. Honestly, I don't think I have any disability like ADHD or stuff like that to not help me with reading, but the problem is, like, this happens to me when I'm trying to focus too. Like, I start questioning how to focus, and then I confuse myself, and then I end up realizing I'm not focusing. I'm doing the opposite of focusing. It's one of my struggles though. What song is this? Oh yeah. I have not heard this song in much. Good job, iTunes. You actually finally chose a song that I haven't heard in a while. Thank you for telling me about that, Mike. I didn't see 0 viewers. What the heck? It does that a lot. Like, literally, it's just because I'm screaming. I've heard, like, a lot of people have ADHD now. Like, there's this one person in the trumpet section with me. They told me that they have ADHD and stuff like that, and I was like, no, you can't have ADHD. You talk a lot. And then I look it up, and it's like, one of the symptoms includes progressive talking. I'm like, okay, maybe you do. Anyway, I feel like there's been an increase of, like, disabilities in students nowadays. I don't know. It's either, but it's probably because, like, kids, you don't really know that you have a disability until usually later years. Like, cause, like, it's easier to figure out, cause, like, you can't just look at a baby that just came out of the womb and be like, yeah, he has autism. Like, you can't, that's almost impossible. Like, you have to do tests and see. You can't just tell from just looking at something. Yeah, but it's just, there's a lot more people that claim to have ADHD and stuff like that, which I don't think they're actually lying at all, because there's kind of been a decrease in sort of seeming intelligence. Oh yeah, I feel bad because everyone has, like, problems sleeping. Well, for me, if I can't sleep, all I have to do is just force myself to not open my eyes and not move, and that's all I do. And if I do that for, like, at least 15 minutes, I usually end up falling asleep. Which, I don't know if, like, everyone tries, but, like, if you feel like, oh yeah, I want to flip over to the other side because this is not as comfortable as I want it to be, just attempt to try to stay in that position, and just deal with it, and then you might go to sleep. I don't know. It works for me. but apparently it doesn't work for my brother. Getting into those old songs. Love them.
I got my ticket for the long way round. Still by the whiskey for the way. And I sure would like some sweet company.
Aw, that's sad.
When I'm gone, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my hair.
Yeah, I think it was in 7th grade. Sorry, I have some stuff in my throat. Like my mom took me to like an asthma checker thing. Don't remember what it's called, but they said that I have slight asthma, and I was scared to show anyone. I was scared to tell anyone that I had asthma for some reason. This thing that just makes it a little harder to breathe than others. I was scared of telling people. It confused me because like I didn't know that I breathe harder than others around me. Like it took me a while to realize it. Like I still have problems realizing that I breathe worse than others around me. Like I don't know. I don't really have too many major disabilities, which makes me feel bad because not that I feel like I need one, but I just feel bad because I have such a great life while others are struggling with people bullying them for being autistic and stuff like that. And like sometimes like there's this one person who has autism in my grade. He is very intelligent for history and stuff like that because like whenever like the teacher asks like something about like what happened during this World War II, like he would raise his hand and be like, this stuff, duh. And I feel bad because a lot of people make fun of what he does when autism makes it hard to see that they're making fun of you. So autism is just a problem with understanding kind of social methods. Like if someone like laughs, they think that they don't know if that's a sad sign or if that's a happy sign, or they don't understand it. And that's all autism is, usually. There's like other kind of types of autism there is, but usually it's all just put down into one subject. I watched a video on it. Wait, do you wake up at 4 AM or do you go to bed at 4 AM? They're back to my 2 channels, and to those who know that I've used this song twice. One for vent and one for which isn't really. Oh dang! You go to bed at 4 AM? Are you an owl? Oh wait, oh yeah, that's right. But holy crap, I don't think I'd be able to. Like, I tried going to sleep during the day once. It did not work. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't sleep when I know it's sunny outside. And it's kind of true with the actual world too. Because the reason why a lot of people stay up longer is because we have artificial light with our phones or this computer screen right here. And like when your body senses less light, it gets drowsier. Like if you want to stay up if you want to pull off an all-nighter, just literally shine bright lights all onto you. That's something that you can do. Don't know if it helped that much, but it'd do something. Right now I'm just hoping that my friends aren't watching this live stream from I never sent them my YouTube channel link, but they figured out because I don't know, I don't really care if they're watching my videos, but I just care if they're watching my streams. That's all I care about. I think this is coming out pretty well. Also, I love talking to you guys, just so you know. Like, it makes me sad that I won't be able to really talk with any of you guys when school starts. Because you guys were like just starting streams, whether if you were there or if you weren't. It was always fun to like actually feel like I'm doing something social for once. I was scared of the dark. I get scared of the dark when I'm tired, because the tireder you are, the more you imagine things. Kind of like hallucinations is what happens when you get tired. I think that happens to me when I get tired, because last night I wasn't hallucinating or anything yet, but I was getting to the point where I was imagining things that would happen in the dark, and I just started freaking myself out. So, I'm not afraid of the dark, but when I'm tired, I am. Oh, you're not weird yet. 9 is like the age where you can still kind of do and like play with or act whatever way you want. It's like, I feel like the times where you first start showing your personality is like middle school, when you're like getting into the double-digit years, because that's when you start learning about life. And, you know, the beautiful moment of puberty, the worst years of your life. Huh. That's weird. Actually, kind of is a little weird. But don't worry about being weird, because being weird is awesome. I don't know. Aw, dang. Rip. Something that scares me, though, like, it's not the dark, but there's this cul-de-sac behind my house. Like, there's a creek and there's a bunch of land in between, but somehow if cars are driving in that cul-de-sac, their car headlights still manage to shine all the way from, like, it's probably a full 2 acres, like, in between my house and the cul-de-sac behind us, yet their car lights still shine through my bedroom window. It's scary. Aww. Yeah, dogs are amazing things. Whether you have them or not, they're so fun to see. Like, there's a lot of people who don't like dogs, which I understand, because They do get a little wild sometimes, but there's some dogs that are just so nice and gentle. Like my dog, although he only loves my mom really, he still gives me and my brother and my dad some love when we get home. Oh dang, I'm so sorry about that. Like, I think the worst thing about dogs is how short their lifespan is. Like, big ones only live 7 years. A German Shepherd only lives 7 years. And then, like, medium-sized dogs live, like, I think 12 to 13. And then small dogs, sometimes they live up to 15 years. It's kind of like a little scale. Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss. I hope you can make other friends. Like, that's so sad though. I can't imagine losing my dog. Although it would be sad, but it would be hard to not be able to see this little puppy just love me every day when I go home. Oh God. Hey buddy. Are you cute? Are you cute? Yeah. I'm sad. I'm sorry about your dog dying. Oh, a car ran over it? That's terrible. Going home one day, there was this cat just not really, it's like, it ran across this busy street, like it's a state route that it went across, and there's cars always going by it, and we almost hit it, and I was like, I was scared. Luckily though, it like got across the street in time. I'm so sorry that it died due to a car. My mom's cat that she had as a kid, which being her, it's probably like if it was still alive, it'd be 30 years old. Oh, that's so traumatic to like witness as a kid though. You're so young, and I feel. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Oh. That's my dog. My mom got home, so he's crying and he's so happy. I think it might be my dad though, which might be a little sad. Hello, Spike 446. Alright, yeah, my dad's home, I think. Yeah, it's definitely my dad. Because he's not crying or anything anymore. Like, usually when mom comes home, like, you hear him jumping and stuff like that. Aww. Wait, did someone from the party run over him? But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, BRB guys for a sec, so I'm gonna go ahead, function 2. Yeah, I'm gonna mute my audio.
And the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great clouds roll over the hills, bringing darkness from us. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? Oh, how I'm beginning to be an optimist about this.
Alright, hey guys, I'm back. I'm gonna just change this to function 1. There we go. Alright, I'm back. I'm gonna catch up a little bit. Oh, dang. That stink. Like, I don't think I've ever witnessed. I remember a bird hit my back screen door and died right on my back porch. I was so sad. I think I was 7 or 8 when that happened. It was so sad just to see this beautiful bird. I think it was a wax-wing bird, something like that. I don't really remember that. I had this obsession as a kid where I just looked up all the types of birds. My friend got me a book for it, and yeah, now I got a little bit of knowledge of a lot of birds for no reason. Ah, dang, that's it. Like, whatchamacallit, speaking of doctors, my grandpa, he didn't go to the doctors for 40 years of his life, and so when he went, he had a bunch of infections. Oh, hey, buddy. Hey, Milo. Did you not eat your dinner? Alright, anyway, like, I think they gave my grandpa the wrong dialysis, which is like a session where they help eject fluids out of his body and inject new, good, better fluids. Anyway, they gave him the wrong dialysis, which is on the wrong part of his body. So they flushed out the wrong area. Sorry, I'm eating a fruit by the foot right now. Although doctors can save lives, they can easily kill them too. And that's why a lot of doctors get sued, actually. There we go. Trying to fix this one part. Oh, what'd you do on Saturday? Saturday's always a fun day. Because all the adults and sometimes kids, not always kids, not always teenagers either, I mean high schoolers. But Saturday's usually an open date, unless you already have something on Saturday going on.
When you solve, when you find out, when you can.
Also, sorry if some of you guys aren't Christians and you don't like this song.
In your dark moments, when your heart's weak, bring yourself home.
But I like it.
Who wrote the rain, who wrote the sun in? Who called your name, where are you running? I wanna be the hero far, I wanna meet you where you are. Who wrote the rain, who wrote the sun in?
Ah, dang it, I hate when these dots come up.
When you come first, when the well's dry.
Dang it, this is making me thirsty. These song lyrics. Ah.
When your face broke, you can't see. With my arms around you, you will find me.
Oh dang. 2 parties. I love how parties as a kid, it's like, oh yeah, a bunch of fun places and stuff like that. Well, parties as like a high schooler, it's like everyone thinks of them as drinking parties where everyone has alcohol and drugs going on. Gosh darn it. I think my mom's home, either that or my brother. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream soon because I'm gonna spend time with my family. Anyway, like high school parties, there's a decent chunk of them that involve drinking and stuff like that. But then the majority of them are just people hanging out at someone's house with food that everyone brings. Alright, are you gonna let them out? Oh yeah. Alright, well see you guys. Hope you had fun on the stream. And hope you all have a good day. See ya.